needs around the education space are never exhausted. So today we are here to announce this run. And with us, we have our acting managing director, Mr. Patrick Ayota. I was looking forward to him smiling and waving. We also have our official partner, Housing Finance Bank, represented by their CFO, Mr. Mwesigwa Medad. Doreen, I think I got that right. You're very welcome. And we also have our official media partner, represented by the Managing Director of NBS, Mr. Chigozi Joel. You're most welcome. And then we have our technical partners. Yeah? We have Red Cross, represented by Irene. We have the Uganda Federation of Athletes. Where is the gentleman? Okay, they must still be on their way. And then we have Prudential. Prudential, our insurance partner, is here, represented by Peter. In fact, on this side of the rooms, I think you can see Peter's. I don't know how they managed to stick together. It was Victor's language. So Peter Mugarura is in charge of digital at Prudential. And then we have Peter Kauju, head marketing and communications, Umeme. And then we have my good friend Kenneth Oduka from Vision Group. I think you can notice that we have a nice mix of partners. And one of the beauties about social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, is that we put aside our competitive hats and then we combine our forces. And that's why you see Vision Group is seated on the same stage with NBS and no one is complaining. Because it's all about the future, it's all about children. And so without further ado, I would like to request our Managing Director, Mr. Patrick Ayota, to make his remarks. Thank you.
Good evening.
Is this your phone?
Okay, thank you. That's okay. I think I'll just stand. Sometimes when I sit, my voice disappears. So guys, it's good for you to be here. Thank you for coming. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate Housing Finance Bank. Mr. Medad Mwesigwa, thank you for coming. Irene from Red Cross, appreciate. Mr. Doga from New Vision Group, thank you for coming. Peter from Prudential and Peter from Umeme, thank you guys for coming. And of course, the technical team that is here. Thank you guys for organizing this. Over the years, the fund has endeavored to be a responsible corporate citizen by supporting underprivileged communities. We do this by focusing our interventions in 4 areas: health, youth, education, and the underprivileged groups as provided for in our CSR policy. Our interventions have contributed to some of the challenges sections of our communities face in solving them and inspired other corporate institutions to contribute either in partnership with the fund or on their own. I'm therefore excited to announce our next major intervention in the education sector through the NSSF Kampala Hills Run, our flagship charity run to mobilize funds to improve public schools through refurbishment, improvement of sanitation, and provision of digital labs. The NSSF Kampala Hills Run is back after 2 years, mainly due to the COVID-19. It will take place on 2nd July 2023, starting or beginning at the Kololo Independence Grounds. It will cover 21 miles on selected hills of Kampala. The Uganda Athletes Federation, who are our technical partners for the run, will map the route and undertake all necessary verification to ensure that it's safe for our runners. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've been advised to sit. I think I'm too tall. This year, we hope to raise 1 billion shillings to support our interventions in at least 10 public primary schools across the country. I therefore call upon all well-meaning Ugandans to join us in this noble cause as individuals, groups, or corporate institutions to inspire the next doctor, teacher, pilot, lawyer, or minister. I'm also glad to report that funds raised in the past editions were used to refurbish 60 classroom blocks and improve sanitation in 13 primary schools in Kampala and our partner KCCA, also schools in Soroti, Kisoro, and Otuke districts, benefiting over 15,000 pupils every school day. These interventions have led to a 12% increase in student enrollment at the beneficiary schools and a 10% reduction in school dropouts in the beneficiary entities. The registrations. Groups or organizations can register through our website, www.dnssffug.org, or selected Housing Finance Bank branches in Kampala. Individual participants should register and obtain a kit at only 25,000 shillings by dialing #217 *277# on Airtel or MTN networks. Let me say it is actually *217 *277# on Airtel or MTN networks. As I conclude, I'd like to thank all our partners that have already responded to this call. Our official partner for the NSSF Kampala Hills Run, Housing Finance Bank, have contributed 150 million shillings towards this cause. Our official media partner, NBS Sports, part of the Next Media Group, contributed over 250 million shillings in this media value. Our official drinking water provider, you know that's very important, has been provided by Crown Beverages through the water brand Aquafina, so you know you'll be well hydrated. Uganda Athletics Federation, which is providing the technical support. Kampala Hospital as a medical partner, so in case you run and you feel tired, you want to sit down, they're there to make sure you're okay. And then Uganda Red Cross, our first aid partner. Our other partners basically then include Stanbic Bank, Umeme Limited, Centenary Bank, Nation Media Group, Vision Group, Prudential, Galaxy FM, Clarkson Insurance Brokers. We look forward to more partnerships and see you on July the 2nd, 2023 at Kololo at 6 a.m. or 6 a.m. because we need to start you off before the sun comes off. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Patrick. And so before we proceed with the rest of the remarks, I would like us to just see one of the beneficiary schools. If you listen to what he was saying, there are 3 critical numbers. The first was 15, and then 60, and then 13. 15,000 children have benefited so far from the cause. 13 schools have benefited, and 60 classroom blocks have been renovated. I think that is very, very impactful, thanks to our partners. And now we want to see one of the schools. Kindly just play that clip. Media team, thank you.
This is the biggest school in Soroti City. This school was started in 1935, and at that time it was called the Gujarati School, and it had over 4,000 pupils. Personally, I happened to be a product of this school. I was here. I started my PLO here in 1989, and the school was really booming. Every pupil wanted to be a pupil of this school, wanted to study here. But around 1987, when there was war here, you know, rebels used to attack the barracks here, at the flying school, and the stray bullets kept on destroying the roof, and that was how things started worsening. And by 2019, it was totally a different story.
This particular building was dilapidating and it was giving a very bad picture, and the pupils were deteriorating, the numbers went low.
That structure depicted the school as really a dying horse, and it showed nothing good was taking place even inside here, and the parents decided to transfer their children.
We were not allowed to pass through this block because one time it got a child was in class and it was going to kill a child, but teachers rescued it.
There was no tap water, running water, the dilapidated teachers' houses. It was a mess.
But now that the school, this building, when it was put right, it has given a new face to Pioneer Primary School.
Right now, very many head teachers wish to come here because of the intervention of NSSF. The population has more than tripled. From around 300, population is now 1,237. And generally, the academic bit of it has also improved. Why? Because the NSSF was able to install power in all those blocks you see. Then the painting, you can see, the school now looks like a university. And you can see glasses all over. We now have lockable classes. Luckily, the OBs gave us the desks. We now have the cupboards, and there is a real teaching taking place.
May God bless NSSF for the long helping hand. The Bible says that God blesses the cheerful giver.
I'm here to support the Pioneer Primary School pupils. Say thank you, and I would like to say may the Almighty God bless the hands of the people and add them. So I'd like to say thank you for the good job they have done.
We had only 37 candidates when I came here, but at the moment we have 165 candidates. So which means there is some improvement and development taking place, but all credit goes to NSSF.
So I think after one of the schools, the beneficiaries have actually blessed us. We are now ready to receive some checks from our sponsors. And I would like to invite Vision Group. Is your check ready? Okay. Umeme, kindly hand over your check to our acting MD, Mr. Peter Kauju. Thank you so much, Umeme. And something about Peter, he was actually one of the people we started this initiative with. At the time, he was with KCCA. And so we started with KCCA public schools. So thank you so much, Peter, for continuing to have the run at heart. And thank you so much, KCCA. Please join us for this photo. It's okay. Yeah. Yes, Umeme team. Okay. And NSSF team. Come, let's receive the check. Victor, Joseph, Stephen, please come, gentle. Thank you so much, Umeme. Our next partner who has something to give to us, Prudential, Peter. Okay. So other checks are still coming. Of course, they've already made their commitments to us, and we really appreciate. There are several other partners who Patrick has mentioned who were not able to make it, but we'll definitely have that opportunity to receive the checks from them. So we are now going to listen in to our official partner, and that is Housing Finance Bank. After your speech, Mr. Mwesigwa, kindly you'll proceed to hand over the check together with your team. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As introduced, I'm Medad Mwesigwa, and unlike most of my colleagues, I need prolonged introduction because for us in the back office, we hardly appear before cameras. Instead, we give you what to publish and talk about. I'm Chief Finance Officer, and I'm glad to be here. My face may appear in your cameras for the first time, so you'll forgive me. The Managing Director, Patrick Ayota, our colleagues that we are partnering with on this critical event, members of all media houses present, I greet you all. Allow me bring you greetings from the board, management, and staff of Housing Finance Bank. And we are very excited to be part of this movement. And as you saw, the blessings being invoked by the video we've just watched, we are happy that we are part of this movement and we will continue to do so. I want to thank the government, the KCCA, and all the Ugandans that participate in promoting the education sector. Of course, it is important because all of us were nurtured by the education sector, and it is important that we keep promoting the education sector, but also to thank the Ministry of Education for all they are doing in regard to making learning interesting to our youngsters. And of course, some of us, the older people, also once in a while go back and learn something. And we are encouraged to always go back. And of course, the need for supporting the education sector and all other sectors is always important. As they highlighted, that need will always be there. The speaker there mentioned that the outside of their structures would sort of portray that nothing good was happening. Therefore, it is important that we can make the environment as conducive for learning. And I was touched by the fact that they appreciate the extent that they feel that the NSSF and their efforts have transformed their environment to look like that of university, and we are happy to be associated with that. And as you are aware, the education sector plays an important role in national development, and of course, for the case of Uganda, it contributes a significant portion of our GDP, and therefore we need to keep promoting it at all opportunity that may be available. As you are aware, housing finance role is to promote home ownership and financial independence, and there is no other sector that can do that, that can help us achieve that as much as the education sector can do that. Therefore, when we participate in this, we are sure that we are doing our best, and we believe that our objective will be met as we participate in this event. And we are glad to be partnering with the NSSF, and as you are aware, they are our bosses, but I think when we come to this event, we are coming as big brothers and partners, and therefore we are excited about it. And I want to encourage all of you to participate in this activity, to tell a friend, and which friend should tell a friend, and we all make sure that we are there at Kororo on the 2nd of June, as he has already highlighted, 2nd of July, as he has already highlighted, and we will be glad to meet you again and interact as we tell you more about housing finance and what we are doing in the market and how we can partner with you to continue to promote our economy as a country, and also to thank the different partners, Umeme, Vision Group, Uganda Red Cross, InterSwitch, Next Media, Prudential, Britam, and all the other financial institutions for backing this good cause, and we look forward to further interaction. And as I was instructed, as a good student, you said we hand over our check, we came with it. We want to take the opportunity to officially hand it over and look forward to further interactions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Housing Finance Bank. Team NSSF, come, let's receive. Thank you so much. We really appreciate Housing Finance Bank. Now, Tito, kindly show us that other video that you had started playing.
Our school was founded in the early 1930s. It is a government-aided primary school located in Solo district of Fumbila South, southwestern part of this country, Uganda. We faced a challenge of dusty classrooms because there was a lot of dust, and we were worried that pupils are going to be attacked by jiggers.
There were even some stones inside in the floor, and that made the runners not be comfortable when they are studying in them.
Walls were not floored, they were not cemented, they were not plastered.
And when they were sweeping, they could get a lot of dust, and then which could make them uncomfortable in those classes.
But God came to our rescue. NSSF intervened. Classrooms were plastered, they were floored and cemented and even painted. So we say bye to jiggers.
Before the classes were constructed, pupils were not steady in the class because they could be looking at those classes and they feel not comfortable. But after constructing them, they feel good when they are in those classes and they get the content which the teachers are giving them.
It have improved my performance that I have studied in those classes, because even the blackboards were made clear. Long time the teachers could write and words on the blackboard, and the blackboard couldn't be seen.
We are grateful to the Almighty God.
Wow. So let's now listen in from our official media partner. We'll listen in from Joel, the Managing Director of Next Media.
Yes, say good afternoon. Yes, the managing director of, acting managing director of NSSF. Partners here, media fraternity. My name is Jochi Gozi. I'm the deputy group CEO for Next Media. On behalf of Next Media, we're very privileged to be part of this edition of the NSSF Kampala Hills Run. We run 11 brands as a media group, but of course, we've decided to front our flagship brand as NBS Sport. And why NBS Sport, a 24-hour sports channel that is championing Ugandan sport? There is no doubt today that sport is one of the biggest, mobilizers of social initiative. I believe the reason why you chose a run to push education, to push rehabilitation and furbishing schools because of the power of sport. Now, why we decided to front our sports channel is because of that connection. But as a group, our vision is very clear as Next Media, the 11 brands. We stand for transformation, informing to transform. The videos you've just shown us today to this audience of about 100 people, when you put it on Next Media, it's going to reach 10 million people, 15, on our platforms, but also on our digital platforms. The stories of the young people and the teachers today are simply inspiring hope. The run is more than just a run. It's a run for hope. It's a run for transformation. So our investment in media value is to, one, ensure that every Ugandan understands the purpose. Once the purpose is understood, it will be very easy for anyone to go and buy a kit, for any company that has not yet come on board to say, we need to be part of this story. And to create confidence that actually every Ugandan has got a responsibility. It's not just NSSF, it's not government, to contribute to the dilapidated buildings that you've just seen, but also to inspire the young people, because I know that you've taken a very stern decision for every company to be able to pay for their staff for NSSF, which is a very good call. But most importantly, the generation we are talking about in those schools is going to understand NSSF more than ever before. So when they reach of age, when they own companies, their picture and image and perception of NSSF will be completely different. So I need to thank you on behalf of the group for having allowed us to contribute, to play a role in so many other initiatives that we are doing. But this one is so special because it touches all of us who have been part of these schools that you see. And we sit here, but we need to remember where we came from. So I need to thank all the partners who have come on board. I'd like to mobilize Ugandans to come and run, but also other companies to come on board. So thank you very much. And of course, we'll guarantee that there'll be so many people running this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Joel. Would you like to hand over your check?
Our check is digital, so I will not be handing it over.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's well received. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to unveil our kit. Joel, you mentioned something very, very interesting. You said you can come on board even as an individual. Any single person here with a contribution of 25,000, you'd purchase a kit, and that can do something. I think most of you know a bag of cement is about 32,000. You see, eh? So 25 is actually a very, very sizable contribution. And our acting MD said, if you want to register, just dial star 217 star 277 hash on Airtel or MTN, and you'll be able to take part in this run. So now let me invite, who is bringing forward the kits? Is it Sharon? I can see, Sharon, just bring forward those kits so that we can unveil them. Thank you so much. Yes, just open the kit and then let's unveil them. We'll stand as well. Stand up and just unveil your kit. Okay. Thank you. Can turn it the other way. So this is the running kit, and it's going for 25,000. But the most important thing is when you run, you are running for the future. You're running for the future. You're running to change a life. You're running to make people believe that education is still possible. Okay, let me join the photo as well. Thank you so much. And that brings us to the end of this beautiful launch. Many thanks to you all for your participation, for your commitment. I think you've seen part of the accountability, and that is just from 2 schools. But like we said, 13 schools have already benefited from this cause. And we are actually focusing on government-aided schools, not private schools. And you know that with UPE, there are so many children that are actually attending these schools. So let's make a difference. Let's take part. Like we said earlier, this run is an education run targeted at 3 key things. 1, classroom blocks. We improve the classroom blocks. 2, sanitation. I think you saw the evidence of that. And this time round, if we hit our mark of 1 billion shillings, then we shall also support the digital classrooms. Because during the pandemic, we realized that children up country were not able to continue learning because they didn't have access to digital. So that is the 3rd aspect on our objectives for this run. So we now welcome any questions, and then we'll bring this to a close. If you have any questions, if you want to make a commitment to being an ambassador for this run. Patrick, I see you're laughing. You want to make a commitment? No, don't really feel pressurized to make a commitment. Please feel free to raise your hand and ask a question if you have any. Yes, please.
I know some of you, when you had 21 miles, say, man, me, I can only do 5 or 10. It's okay. You come.
That's a good one. 5.
Hello? Hello? Okay. We've come to the end. Thank you so much, and we wish you all a good day.
Dwyer Primary School started way back in 1939. It is Anglican founded school. It started as a Christian, actually sub-grade school, and gradually it was promoted to primary school, grade 3. Formerly on the other side of the road, it was not formerly here, but due to waterlogging, it was shifted from there up to here. And it was shifted with only 1 classroom block, with this other one constructed by the parents.
The school was ugly, the enrollment was down. Even teachers used not to like the environment. The wall was cracked. The windows and the door shutters were not there. Even the iron sheets was blown off by the wind, so making the environment to be ugly.
The wall of the other classroom block was halfway constructed, such that when the rain is raining, the rain could even enter into the class where the learners are learning. So sometimes you find out that even the books are always wet. Now when the National Social Security Fund came in, the classroom was renovated. I was fully renovated, and learners were fully protected from the rain, as well as the classroom learning materials were fully protected, since the doors are lockable and then the windows are lockable.
First of all, the environment looks attractive, and there is increased in the enrollment, more especially the girl child. They are coming from a nearby school because of the environment, because we have enough classroom which provide a conducive learning environment for them.
Sometimes in one class, there may be 2 classes. Like P1 class, teachers mix them with P2 and they learn together. But now we have many classrooms, and I think our performance for this year will going to be better.
Me as a teacher, the world are okay. If I make my learning charts, it's very easy for me to display. And the windows are there. After my lecture, after classes, I close, making my learning equipment to be saved.
Initially, before the innovation brought by National Social Security Fund, the number of learners here were very few. There were 845. But due to this initiative, which the National Social Security Fund has done, it has raised the population from 845 to 1,309 learners. And we are still expecting more. Other learners are coming from other districts. Usually, initially, we are used to get like one first grade, say 2 first graders, but this year, due to this innovation, we are expecting more than even 5 as a result of that, because the learning environment is fully conducive for the learning to take place. I must, in a special way, thank National Social Security Fund so much for what they have done for Adwari Primary School.